Novak Djokovic is a tennis mentor and sage for young stars. Then they try to beat him. The All England Club, London. They are everywhere in tennis, and they are all across the Wimbledon grass this week. The newbies taking their first steps, the talents in waiting seeking advice. Even senior players, in need of some expert guidance, have stories. And they're all about the same player. Daniil Medvedev of Russia recalls a hitting session in Monte Carlo years ago that turned into a private jet ride to a Davis Cup tie. Jakub Mensik, a 19-year-old Czech, and Hamad Medjedovic, a 21-year-old from Serbia, talk about the training blocks and ongoing mentorship. Alex Kovacevic, a 26-year-old American whose parents are from Serbia and Bosnia, has a tale from the U.S. Open weight room. The 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic is the player at the center of all these stories. As he begins what may be his last, best chance for a 25th Grand Slam title, his latest mini-project is Aryna Sabalenka, the women's world #1. The week before Wimbledon, they hit for a while, then talked for 30 minutes. In her pre-tournament news conference on Saturday, Sabalenka said that she listened closely as Djokovic kept going and going. If you give Novak the opportunity to talk, he's not going to stop. I wish I could stay there for 4 hours and just keep chatting, she said. This is not an accident. Tennis, which likes to present itself as genteel, leans far more toward the Hunger Games than Downton Abbey. The kings and queens of the sport often carry themselves with a bit of aloofness and unapproachability. Often, it's not unintentional, and it helps keep them on top. They want their current and future opponents to see them as something higher and larger than they are. That can bring an edge. One more thing for the boys and girls who grew up with a poster of the tennis god on their wall to overcome when they end up on the other side of the net, in front of the real thing. Roger Federer seemed to hobnob more with actual royalty, heads of state, and the titans of fashion, media, and finance than fellow players. Rafael Nadal was one of the boys with fellow Spaniards, a bit less so with everyone else. Casper Ruud, who worshipped Nadal, joined his foursome for golf early in his career. Nadal barely spoke to him across 18 holes. He was too busy trying to win there, too. Serena Williams did not embrace the role of mentor during her career, though she did go out of her way to show Caroline Wozniacki a good time after Rory McIlroy broke off their engagement with the wedding invitations already out. Djokovic, though, has long embraced helping promising players, especially fellow Serbians and Central Europeans, those from smaller countries. But he doesn't particularly care what country a player is from, or even if his assistance might one day come back to bite him. Mensik treasures the invitation he received when he was a junior to travel to Belgrade to join Djokovic for a 2-week training block. This year, Mensik beat Djokovic to win the Miami Open, as the player who had helped him become a champion sought his first win since the Paris Olympics and the 100th title of his career. During last month's French Open, Djokovic said helping younger players is something that he has long aspired to do. When I was younger, I was looking for that from the players that I was looking up to, he said. Some were more daring or caring to share, and some not. He said he tells everyone that he's available for them if they need a call about anything because I feel like that's what I owe to the game. Holger Rune first met Djokovic as a teenager when the ATP invited him to the tour finals to be a hitting partner. He ended up training with Djokovic regularly in Monaco. During one session, Djokovic stopped a cross-court forehand drill and told Rune he didn't need to hit the ball so hard. He told him to make fewer all-or-nothing shots. It's a mistake that, in Djokovic's view, young players in love with their power often make. He said he would suggest that I never go to more than 70 or 80% on every shot to make sure it's safe enough but still with good quality, Rune said at a press conference in May. His game shows pretty good that he's not risking much, but at the same time, he has tremendous quality on his shots. In 2022, Rune, then 19, beat Djokovic in the final of the Rolex Paris Masters. It remains his lone ATP 1000 title, the level just below a Grand Slam. Surely, as a younger player becomes more of a threat, Djokovic might pull back a bit? He might withhold some of the secrets that have taken him to the pinnacle of his sport? And yet last fall, Alexander Zverev, a mainstay of the top 5 who has won 5 of his 14 matches against Djokovic, spent hours speaking with Djokovic about what he needs to do to win a Grand Slam title.